Do you ever feel as though you have too many solar lights? Yeah, me neither. All right, so if we go from right to left, we have the Keyshawn floodlight, and then we have the Bionic solar light. Then, of course, we have the Bionic floodlight and the original Bionic spotlight. All right, let's look at something new from Bell & Howell. This is their Bionic Spotlight Duo. What? It has 2 lenses. Let's install this. Installation is very similar. We're going to put 3 screws in and then really just link this together and hook it up. Let's go put those screws in and, well, let this thing charge. So I ended up having to move my sunflower, even though I liked where it was, but I want to make sure at least the 3 Bionic, or I should say 4 Bionic lights are next to each other. But you see the Bionic Spotlight Duo. You can actually turn those left or right, whatever direction. Let's check it out to see what they look like at night. Before we go much further, if you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this is Jeff Reviews for You. I review a whole lot of products. I specialize in reviewing solar-powered lights. No, that's not it. I specialize in reviewing as seen on TV items. Every once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that aligns with something that you're looking for on the internet, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now let's get right back to reviewing this Bionic Spotlight Duo. Here is our Bionic Spotlight Duo. I purchased this from, actually this one was purchased from Lowe's. It was around $30. It is an as seen on TV product, and it looks like the original Bionic Spotlight, except, well, it has 2 lights. Let's do a quick unboxing. If we take a look at inside of our box, we can see we come with some mounting hardware, a lot of literature. We have an option to stake it into the ground if you want. And of course, we have our Bionic Spotlight Duo itself. We can peel off this sticker that's on the solar panel. Let's take a look at that. It's a pretty decent size solar panel. The biggest difference between this and the original Bionic Spotlight, of course, is this one has 2 sets of lights, 14 in total. Even though we have 2 lights, we have only 1 motion sensor in the middle. And of course, here's the on-off button. I like this type of on-off button because it's the easy push, and there you go. It's no kind of toggle or anything. It also, it's rubber, so I'm guessing that means it's sealed properly. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover up this solar panel to see if we have any power. Let's see. Oh, I can see that red light blinking. There we go. Very cool. Do you see those red blinking lights off in the distance? Let's zoom in a little. The one on the left is our original Bionic Spotlight. Then the one in the middle is our Bionic Floodlight. And the one on the right is our new Bionic Spotlight Duo. What we're going to do is we're going to walk towards these lights to see which motion sensor detects us first. We are exactly 20 feet away. Let's start walking. Oh. What? Look at that. The original Bionic Spotlight turned on first. Let's keep going. And then we have, of course, the new Bionic Spotlight Duo. I'm about 10 feet away. The Bionic Spotlight, the original one, turned on at about 15 feet. All right, let's keep going. Let's see if we get that. There's that floodlight. Now let's get a view of these lights the other direction. Since the Bionic Spotlight won the test, oh, look, it's already detected us. Check out this view. Now remember, this was meant just to be a spotlight, and that's exactly what it does. I can see about a 30-foot visibility in a big circle. Still works after 2 years. Now let's see what the Spotlight Duo looks like. Do a quick motion. All right, so you can see that it definitely has 2 bright spotlights that came down, and it widens the area just a little wider than the original spotlight. Even though there's only 1 sensor in the middle, you can position the spotlights to look different directions if you wanted to. So that's just an availability you have. I happen to have mine going right and left, but you could do whatever you would like. If you want them both in the middle, there you have it. And of course, we have the Bionic Floodlight. So you can see the range is actually just as good as the original Spotlight plus the Spotlight Duo. I will say that in my experience, this one didn't work as well after about 6 months of use, whereas at least my original Spotlight still does a pretty good job. Here, though, you can see that it lights up. Now, what I was saying it doesn't work very well is I have trouble with remote control and then some of the sensors, but if you just leave it on, it still does work. Now, the battery might not last all night, but this is what we get. All right, let's set this up for the ground stake. I've already put this in the ground once. I'll just show you what I did. So I'm just going to push it down. I get it down to where I feel that it's tight, and then of course I'm going to add the extension pole. What you do from there is you take the bottom part of your Bionic Spotlight Duo and just slide it in place. Now this looks a little wobbly, and so what I'm probably gonna do is I'll take it out and hammer that stake in a little further, but that's really how I install it. If you need to, you can use a block of wood and a hammer to help you hammer in the stake. Therefore, it goes down into the ground and is more secure. Now, you're never supposed to take the Bionic Spotlight Duo and push down the stake. They always want you to install the stake and then put on your light. Once it's installed, it looks sort of like that. Now, mine's a little wobbly. It's pretty windy today, so I might hammer that stake down a little further, but in a sense, that's what it looks like. I like the option of mounting it on a stake and having the Bionic Spotlight Duo shine up on something, whether it's a wall or a tree. But you know what? There is a major flaw. So the lights are facing the same direction where the motion sensor is. So I'm on the other side of the light right now, and I'm moving, and I'm 5 feet away, but it's not tripping the light. Let me get closer. I'll trip it from the other side. See that? So it's now tripped from the other side facing up at my tree, which is neat, but you have to be on the inside to do it. So I guess it's okay for lighting up walkways if you face the spotlights down, but realistically, you're probably not lighting up anything else. I couldn't wrap up this portion without at least showing you the solar Bionic light. I do like these kind of lights that stay on all night in like a dim mode, and as you get closer, they brighten up. So that's what this one is. Let's get a little closer. And there it is. I actually like it for another reason as well. It's a softer light as compared to these other ones that are really bright white. I've noted what could be a potential flaw in this design. This part right here seems really weak. I had it mounted on the wall and it kept falling, and I had it mounted on the pole and it kept falling as well. And I thought, man, that's terrible. Who wants that? I was about to take out some flex tape and tape this thing together, and then I just quickly pushed this in and it seemed to lock it into place. So I guess it can go in and out, or maybe it's just a faulty one that I have. Just be careful with that, because if this just comes out just a little bit, this thing spins around and only locks into place in that section. In this video, we are taking a look at the Bionic Spotlight Duo. So what did I think of it? Well, first things first, it's a little higher than that typical as seen on TV price point. It cost about $30. To me, I don't necessarily like that so much. I like it when it's right there at that $20 mark. I like that this new version has 2 spotlights, and that upgrade makes sense. I just really wish they would have kept with the same design of the light that had the motion sensor in the middle. Therefore, instead of having just 1 motion sensor, you would have 2 on each light. I intend on having my light facing 2 different directions, so just having the double motion sensor would have made it awesome. But now something has to cross in front of the unit to get each light to work. I was a little worried about this part. I don't know if this is an intentional thing, but to me, that's just gonna break, and then over time, I'm just gonna see my light upside down. That was a little frustrating. Like I said earlier, I'm probably gonna have to get some flex tape to keep that in place. As with all things, these solar panels do break down over time. Let me give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. Here we have 3 generations of these Bionic lights. I have the original Spotlight, I have the Floodlight, and then of course I have the Duo. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you how the solar panel can wear down over time. Of course, if the solar panel wears down, that means we might not be able to charge as well, and so the light may not work as it once did when it was new. You can see the degradation here at the bottom, and even some of these lines going across the side. Now, I've had this for 2 years, and yes, it still does work. I just wanted to show that. Now let's look at the Floodlight. I've had this Floodlight for a year, and you can see some of the same, looks like separation from the top, and it looks like it's degrading a little. I have noticed that the Floodlight does not last as long as it did. Actually, after about 6 months of use, it doesn't last the whole night anymore, but this is the solar panel starting to degrade itself. Let's take a look at this solar panel as well, just so you can see the difference in what they look like new. I just wanted you to be aware that these do not last forever, but they are neat. Well, they do work. Anyway, if this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I get asked all the time, what is my favorite solar light that I have? And it's absolutely this one. This is the Ever Bright Ultra. What I like about it is it's this dim light all night long. And this will go from when the sun goes down to the sun goes up. This light is still lit. But the cool part is when you get closer or you move, it gets really, really bright and lights the way. Very awesome. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review where we took a look at the Bionic Spotlight Duo. You know what? In this video, I actually referenced my original Bionic Spotlight review. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that right up here. And if you've already seen that, I also referenced my favorite as seen on TV light, and that is the Ever Bright Ultra. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that review right up here. And I would love it if you would click on either of these links. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you here or here. So go ahead, click one. They're safe, I promise.